Hi, I'm Pat Mangan, Director of Governance Education at NRECA. Welcome to Governance Talk. My guest today is Venkat Banunarayanan. So Venkat, it seems to me anyway that AI has just blown up in the last year and a half or so. Why is that? What's happening? Okay.
Now, there are three factors that are coming in together to make AI. You asked what happened in the past couple of years, right? First is advancement in hardware, chips. You all know the company NVIDIA, right? That's one of the companies
that's the chip maker for ChatGPT.
That's right. Chip maker, it started off as graphics chip maker for all the pictures and videos to process all of those image processing. Obviously, kind of improved its and enhanced its chips for even more capacity, even more computing power. So we're seeing a lot more computing power in the past few years. Now, AI needs that computing power. One of the things about AI is that for proper and beneficial application, it needs a lot of computing power coming at it. So that has come to fruition in the past few years.
When you say computing power, I think data crunching. Is that the same thing?
That's right. Data, crunch a large amount of data, and when we talk about data, we're not talking about numbers alone. We're talking about text, we're talking about images, videos. Those require a lot more computing power than numbers. So we're talking when you all know about data centers coming in.
Sure.
Think about those multiplied by an order of magnitude is what AI would eventually need as it spreads across the different applications. The third is, of course, the large amounts of data that are available now, information that's available. So these three, and then of course tools like ChatGPT definitely has served to increase the popularity of AI applications. So that's where it's suddenly very popular, but eventually I see AI becoming like a utility, like electricity or the internet, which you can't do without nowadays. Same way I see AI becoming a utility that you can use to get what you want done.
Okay. Let's talk about some of the potential applications to electric cooperatives. What might some of those be?
Yeah, there is quite 4 categories of applications. There's quite a bit of applications that's possible. And really the key is to determine which ones that you want to solve and you want to look at. It's really going to define how you want to apply AI. But those 4 categories are, the first one is in maintenance and safety, 2 very important categories for any utility, any co-op. Looking at creating a maintenance plan, evaluating the effectiveness of your asset maintenance plan, looking at some of the lessons learned, all of that can be fed into an AI engine to look at it, to evaluate it and make recommendations as to where to course correct, going forward. Second is, member engagement, member consumer engagement. It's not about just now the most popular application that we all see is virtual assistants, right? Chatbots that you type something in. But it's more than that. The real value of AI is that what we call post call analysis or post engagement analysis. What does that mean? It means that you have member representatives talking to members all the time at co-ops, addressing their questions, solving their problems.
Got a question about this?
That's right. Yeah. High bills, or how do I do this, or what kind of programs you're offering, things like that. So post-call analysis looks at all of those calls, feeds it into an AI engine and say, what could have been done better? What was the quality of the interactions? How can we make that better? How can we answer those questions better? Things like that. So that's customer engagement. So third is in utility operations, forecasting, prediction. In a lot of co-ops, a lot of the industry looks at rooftop solar and things like distributed generation. What happens to the load? Can you predict what the load is going to be the next hour, next day, next year? Those kind of options. And some of the other applications is, those tedious tasks, right? You say you have to issue an RFP. You got to write the entire content of the RFP. And AI can write most of it for you. Of course, you got to tweak it. You got to make sure it's relevant. You got to make sure all the right boxes are checked. That's on us. But it can create like 50-60% of the content automatically, saving you the time.
So it's an efficiency tool in many regards.
Absolutely. Efficiency, time saving, and improving the quality of interactions. Now the fourth area is cross-functional. Now we all know workforce, hiring the right workforce is a huge challenge in co-ops and in the rest of the industry. Now you got to make sure that you keep your existing workforce also, upskill them, give them opportunities. So one of the interesting applications I saw at a conference I was in is that there is this firm that came in and looked at the entire workforce evaluation, essentially. How good is your workforce? What are their needs? And how do you enhance your workforce? And they used an AI engine to be able to do that, and the AI engine suggested the career pathways for workforce for maximum satisfaction of the workforce and maximum benefit for the co-op. So those are the 4 main categories of AI applications.
Fascinating, particularly in the time of such high turnover in so many industries.
Absolutely.
And keeping, retaining, rewarding is so important. Venkat, thanks for taking the time to talk with us today.
Appreciate the opportunity, and thanks again.